Many of us drive by it every day. It is Saunders Beach. Whether it's used as a traditional beach where Bahamians can take in the surf, watch the sunrise or sunset, or have religious meetings, Saunders Beach for many of us is the only beach available. The Free National Movement intends to change that. They intend to change that by building a 72-acre extension west of Arawak Key, extending the man-made island. The new extension would be bridged to the mainland of Nassau by a causeway landing at Saunders Beach. This causeway and the resulting traffic will make Saunders Beach unusable for Bahamians as a place to enjoy. The destruction doesn't end there. A roundabout will be constructed on West Bay Street that will cut through the community of Vista Marina. The residents of this community, who have all spent a considerable amount of money building homes, were given no say in the matter. Activists and political hopeful for the Progressive Liberal Party, Paul Moss, took the issue public. In a recent press conference on the beach, Moss provided the media with copies of the plan for Arawak Key and Saunders Beach. He also provided them with copies of a controversial meeting held by Brent Simonet, the Deputy Prime Minister, with shippers from Bay Street. Simonet himself has interests in a shipping company on Bay Street.
The government of the Bahamas is intent on allowing the container port to be placed at Arawak Key, even if it means it will place Bahamians from another public beach. The plan is to extend Arawak Key by 72 acres. This will be a man-made island, and they intend to use the material dredged from Nassau Harbor as fill to make it fill. This man-made extension will extend immediately in back of Saunders Beach, where we stand right now. They intend to build a causeway or bridge from the man-made extension over Saunders Beach onto West Bay Street. This will have the effect of eliminating the beach through erosion and access because of the bridge. We will show you on a map that was given to me in my garbage bin by someone unknown. This is wrong, and we will not stand for it. All over this country, beach access is being denied to Bahamians. In fact, the proposed site at Arawak Key is the absolute wrong site for the port. We have a report done by EDOR which states that the Arawak Key is the 6th worst site out of 7 possible sites for the container port. In fact, the present port is better than this location. The question then is, why are they seeking to do something so illogical? Well, the answer may be in the minutes of a meeting held in 2007 and chaired by Mr. Brent Simonet. It is of interest to note that this beach, Saunders Beach, was sold to the government by Brent Simonet for $1, a single dollar. Could it be that he still thinks he owns it? We have provided you, the media, with copies of all that was given to us. They are trying to swing us big time by seeking to say that the port in Southwest is too costly. All the while, the usual players are licking their lips because of the profit windfall they will get from having the port at Arawak Key and simultaneously destroying this beach. We smell a rat. We will not stand for it. If it means that we will block this beach or Arawak Key, we will do so. No more can we allow ourselves to be swung again and again. Enough is enough, and we put the government on notice that should they not seek to put this port in the appropriate place southwest and not Arawak Key, we will not stand for it, we will protest. We call on Sam Duncan and Re-Earth to check this out, because we have not seen an environmental impact study done for this port. And we also call on the Bahamas National Trust to intervene to see what can happen to preserve this area for Bahamians. And we call on all Bahamians who have sat by for generations and allowed our rights to be taken away to finally stand up and say, no, we've had enough. And just like those people who stood when there was an attempt to destroy Clifton, and who stood not just for the ancestors who were buried there and who were slaves there, stood for future generations. We ask Bahamians now to stand up and say that we will not take it anymore. We do not want this port to destroy our beach, and you ought to put the port where it is best suited. That's in the southwest, or you leave it on Bay Street. That's where you must leave it, but you cannot put it here. And we will protest and ensure that it doesn't happen. And that's what we say. And you have the maps to show you where the proposed site is. You have the Brent Simon chaired meeting to show you the cook-up between the usual players. And here's the EDOR report that speaks specifically to what they talk about. It's on page 40 and talks about Arawaki and the beach. And then it talks as well about the container port and where that should be located. So this is a report that obviously, as I understood it, cost well over $500,000. Obviously, they took some time to do it. And we ought to stop commissioning these commissions, reports, having people waste time if the intent is not to put it into practice. It makes no sense. We are repeating this thing over and over and over again. But we must stop, because otherwise we would not, and the traditions and the legacies of other Bahamians coming up will not have the benefit of such a public beach.
Despite the clear conflict of interest, the Free National Movement government seems intent on carrying through with this plan, a plan that Moss promises he will fight to the end.